career, I had a client tell me, I don't want to be nickeled and dimed, after I sent the inevitable invoice after invoice after invoice when doing hourly billing. Rude in the moment? Yeah, completely. But the lesson I absolutely needed to hear. I needed to transition to flat fees because this client appreciated and valued my design skills, had the money to pay for it, but didn't want to be constantly searching for his checkbook or his portal login or dealing with all these little invoices. Makes sense, right? They're just as busy as we are, our clients that is. Today I'm going to show you how I charge a flat fee and why it works so well. We're going to raise the glass while we think tank your business. We are going to make sure that you have more creative freedom, more financial freedom, and more free time. I'm Sandra Funk, and this is Design Sips. Cheers. If you've ever been working on a design project and the client is suddenly interested in taking it from here, they're probably starting to feel weighted down by those invoices, those design fee invoices, and they have the plan, they know what they're supposed to do, and they want to take this project and run. Well, I've had that happen to me time and time again back when I was charging hourly. And even if I was giving an incredibly detailed and realistic estimate of what the fees were going to turn out to be, somehow the client wasn't truly internalizing that. I heard many times, oh, but I thought I was going to be more decisive than that, or I thought that was the worst case scenario, or it's just a little remodel, right? There is no such thing as a little remodel. What I have done that's so important is move to a flat design fee, but also what's so strategic about it and what clients love so much is that by virtue of having to come up with a flat design fee, I also have to give them all of the information on exactly what this project is going to cost them right from the start. So we don't get involved in design projects where we don't have the full budget conversation, the full design fee conversation, and sign off with that in a design agreement, payment of those design fees up front. This has saved me so much strife over the years since I went from hourly to flat fee, and it will work for you too. Your client should always know all of the design fees and the furnishings estimate. If there is a renovation or a build involved, you should also rope in the contractors and get them to estimate their portion of the job as well. It really is the responsible, business-like, professional thing to do to have the full financial impact, the full idea of what their investment needs to be to get this project from start to finish before you sign the agreement, before you take them on as a client. I know that sounds like a lot of work, but it isn't once you've got that systematized and locked down. Another amazing thing about doing a flat fee is that you can build in all of the things that you want to create, all of the details, all of the what ifs that go into it. I'll explain. I like to create a really luxury custom experience for each of my clients. And that may mean pay attention to what they order, what their drink is, what they like to eat, if they're vegan or vegetarian, and having the appropriate snacks or drinks at our next meeting, right? That may be sending them a custom gift when they have a baby or, an event in their life, and I'm really paying attention to what's going on with them so that I can be very custom when it comes to that. I'm also planning in things like all of the time it's going to take to oversee this project, all of the time it's going to take job site visits to be at the project. I'm not asking them for more money at any point for that because I want to control how much I'm involved based on the contractors I'm working with, how things are going, all of it. I'm also going to build in the inevitable things that happen at every single project. A scratch, a nick, a delay, an issue. Coming to the rescue of the project costs money. And instead of nickel and diming my clients, I'm now building that in. In general, I've done enough projects that I understand that I need to add a couple of percentage just to make sure that I can cover the oh shits of the project. When you build all of that in, you create an experience that the client is not being nickeled and dimed. You're doting on them, but again, it's included in your flat fee. It is really, truly the ultimate luxury experience. It's like when you're flying first class. You're super excited and delighted by being able to board first, having plenty of headspace room. And of course, there's that tray coming around with complimentary champagne before you even sit in your seat. Now, of course, they keep that champagne coming. And as much as you love it, you know that your ticket price far exceeded that champagne, but you're getting the full experience. So are you getting what I'm saying? Charge a flat fee, but build in all the what ifs, all the bougie experience, all the time that you want to spend on this project. Clients are not afraid of a big number if they're going to get these amazing results. A gorgeous home that reflects them, that's in their aesthetic. You're going to take all the project management off of their plate. You're going to spoil them rotten throughout the project. You're going to communicate to them constantly. And their home is going to look like one of the homes in your portfolio at the end. It's well worth the effort to move to that kind of flat fee. Cheers. So the other half of my fee structure, flat fee for the design portion and execution and all the what ifs and or buts, right? And then I do charge reasonable retail pricing for all of the goods that I sell to clients. Let me say that one more time. I do not share my discount. I do not discount from retail. I do not do cost plus. All of those words and terms are confusing. They're internal industry speak. They don't necessarily make sense to clients. And also, it's like Starbucks saying, would you like a coffee? I'm gonna charge cost plus. What the hell? Just tell me it's $4 and drink the coffee. I either want the coffee at $4 or I don't. I do not need to be discussing how Starbucks is making their money. And of course, it is none of my freaking business how much Starbucks is making per coffee. And it's none of your client's business how much you're making on the sofa or the chair or the design fee that you're selling to them either. That is internal, proprietary business information that you, if you are writing your contract right, should not be sharing with your clients. In my design agreement, it specifically states that I will not be sharing my purchasing costs or my, the way that I'm marking products in any way, shape, or form. It does state that I'll be charging reasonable retail pricing. What does reasonable retail pricing mean? It means that generally speaking, if there is a manufacturer's suggested retail price, that's what I'm charging. That does not mean that I'm going to price match someone buying a return at a secondary wholesaler online, right? I am not going to be competing on price, but I am going to be charging reasonable retail pricing. When I buy a true to the trade item that doesn't have a suggested retail, I use my a standard markup that gives me the profit margin that is appropriate for our industry. I am just looking to be a healthy business with healthy profit margins. Nothing more, nothing less. But there's one more lesson here that's crazy important. We should have a sip of wine while we think about it. Yes? I think so. So the other side of the markup, split the difference, discount, all of that is that when you're really trying to go for those higher end luxury clients, any conversation with the word discount in it is automatically a fail. I'm not saying that there aren't price shoppers out there that would totally love that, but are price shoppers your ideal client? I hear so many designers say that no, in fact, price shoppers are not my ideal client. By virtue of using the word discount in your potential client process and in the way that you speak about your business, you are in fact attracting price shoppers when you do that. So when you drop the word discount from all conversation about how it looks to work with you, you become much more palatable to the high-end client. Think about this. High-end clients want the very best that they can afford in their market, in their aesthetic, right? If they can afford to be at this beautiful restaurant, that's where they want to be. They want to be dressed beautifully. They want their homes to be beautiful. They are not, it's a different mindset than someone that's then looking for a deal. So again, if your model is to be the Walmart of interior design, then you have to do a lot of design projects to make that profitable. Certainly there's a way. Somebody out there is doing it, and congratulations for you. But if you're looking to do fewer, larger projects for more profit, creative freedom, and free time, then dropping the word discount will help you get to those higher end clients faster. That's also worthy of a cheers. So another point when it comes to pricing your services, Hourly is a tough paper route, and here's why. When you charge for your time, you take away the ability to include your natural talent, your eye for design, that trip you took to France where you just took in so much culture and such an understanding of nuance and scale and age and beauty. You're taking away all the mentors and all the time you've spent and every book you've ever read on design or the history of furnishings, right? The time it takes with money applied is not something that we see at the C-suite level, right? A big executive is not going to be on an hourly rate. It's because he brings more to the table than the time it takes for him to do his job. Or her, of course. When you separate your worth from the time it takes you, you can raise your rates without it feeling like your clients are always checking their clock and wondering why you're spending so much time to find that one perfect fabric. When you separate your worth from time, as you become more and more efficient, you don't take a pay cut as well. Because over time, you inevitably will have your vendors locked down, the way you like to do things locked down. You'll know exactly who to call when you need this antique, and you'll send the word out, and you'll have your vendors and trades working on your behalf to make your design sing more and more efficiently over time. And so what? You're gonna make less and less money because you're spending less time per room, per project, per design? It just doesn't make any sense. Along with pricing, there are two other strategies that really work well when you're trying to attract that higher end luxury client. Check it out, my free resource, The Ultimate Guide to Attracting Luxury Interior Design Clients, and you can find that at interiordesignstandard.com/guide. Cheers, I'll see you next time. Because they're gonna, well, that's still taking it from here. As you may have no. Okay.